Self-awareness is a superpower. Thank you for visiting Soul and Vibration. In this video, I want to talk to you about how to spot a life path number. So when I started studying numerology, after a while, I started noticing that I could just see certain behaviors or physical traits and physical personality traits, or just certain ways. I started noticing a pattern between each life path number, or not necessarily life path number, people who are strongly associated with certain numbers. So even though I mentioned life path number and this video or other videos are titled life path numbers, it can also be the person's birthday number that might be very dominant within their personality, or their month or year, or a combination of numbers that are pretty dominant within a person's personality. So yes, I am able to pretty much tell by seeing certain things within a person's personality that you can see physically, or even the way a person dress or carry themselves, what numbers they are strongly associated. I thought a video like this might be super cool or interesting because, say you are a certain life path number or strongly associated with a certain number, you can get an idea of how others might see you, or you might be able to just look at a person and just get an idea of what numbers they are strongly associated with. Ways to spot a number 7. Okay. Ways to spot the number 7 vibration. The number 7 vibration is going to be very earthy and minimalistic in their appearance. For example, I'm a life path number 7, and the older that I got, the more I kind of grew into more of a minimalistic lifestyle, even with my appearance. Most of the time, well, pretty much ever since I was in middle school, I wore weaves and extensions all the way up until 2015 when I started wearing my locks. And I'm not saying if you're a life path number 7, basically you should be doing this, and if you're not, you're not that. I'm just using myself to give an example. So appearance wise, the number 7 is very minimalistic. The number 7 vibration might tend to gravitate towards things that they feel is earthy and simplistic, and things that make sense, because the number 7 likes to dive deep within themselves and make sense of things. And for me, after a while, you know, it just didn't make sense to be wearing other people's hair. And I'm a hairstylist, and I do weaves and extensions all the time because I believe that people should wear whatever it is that they want to wear if it makes them feel good. And for most of my life, wearing extensions and different styles like that made me feel good, and I'm not against it or against anyone doing whatever they want to do that they believe will make them feel good about themselves. Again, I'm just using an example. So the number 7 vibration is very minimalistic about their appearance and about the things that they buy and use. The things that they do tend to make sense to them. Like if you've ever been to their home, you'll notice that the furnitures and the things that they have are things that they need. You'll notice that there'll be a lot of space around because these people don't like clutter. But if you've never been to their home and you're seeing them out in the world, these people will come off as loners. These people might come off as if they think that they are better than you, because they might just be aloof in their ways of being. And it is not that they think that they are better than you, it is just that this number is always in their head. The number 7 vibration is always pretty much researching something, trying to make sense of something. And even if there's not a book in front of them or a computer in front of them, they might just be in their head going over something. Like sometimes when I'm at work and I'm with a client, if we're not having a conversation about something, I might be in my head going over something, and I might say to my client sometime, you know, if you hear me repeating something, is because I'm trying to make sense of something. You know, so appearance wise, these people are loners. These are the people that you'll see in the cafeteria sitting to the side all by themselves, or at work. They might be the ones that hold a position within the company where they tend to work by themselves. It's like vibrationally we'll be attracted to things that are a reflection of ourselves. So people with strong number 7 vibrations will attract careers or jobs that allows them to pretty much be off to themselves, by themselves, researching or looking things over. Another thing with a person with a strong number 7 vibration is that even though they're quiet and to themselves and by themselves, you could just look in their eyes and tell that their mind is constantly going. Their mind is constantly researching or diving deep or questioning something. They naturally have curious eyes, people who have strong number 7 vibration. Yes, curious eyes. It's almost as like a child in a candy store just noticing everything. People with strong number 7 vibrations, whenever they walk into the room, it's like it might not be so obvious where they're looking around at everything, but it's like if you pay attention to them closely, you'll notice that even though they are introverted in the way that they express themselves, they are scanning the room or noticing everything. And they might be so good that you won't notice them doing it if you're obvious about watching them, because chances are they probably already saw you watching them the minute you thought about doing it. You know, because people who are strongly associated with the number 7 vibration, to me, is very, I guess I'll use the word psychic. Psychic meaning that intuitively these people just sense things and knows things. So you might be sitting behind them and you're thinking about them or talking about them to someone else, and they'll just look around and look dead at you because they could just feel it, you know? So yeah, they might enter the room and you might say, okay, I'm gonna watch them and see if they're gonna do this or do that. And the minute you think to do that and start watching them, they just send shoo. And now they're aware of you watching. But yes, the number 7 vibration is very, very introspective and very observant when it comes to their surroundings. And these people don't need people. These people don't need to be entertained. These people could care less about the current events that everyone else is talking about. Another way to spot these people is that you might be at work and everyone is in the office and everyone is talking about something that, let's say, Donald Trump said on the news. These people with strong number 7 vibration, they won't have a clue about it and they won't care less about it. And you know, people will say to me all the time, how do you not watch the news? Like, what if something happens? What if something bad is happening and you need to know about it? And the way I feel about that is a lot of what's happening on the news, it's like I have no control over it. But if I do have control over it, then I'm going to do something. But I don't want to get up every day and consume or partake in something that's going to make me feel horrible, lower my vibration, because there is nothing I can do about it. News, bad news, makes me feel hopeless and useless. I like to be able to do something about injustice or whatever it is that's happening around me. So if there is nothing I can do about it, then I don't feel like it's necessary for me to consume all that negative vibration and then start to look at the world as a horrible, scary place to be. So people who are strongly associated with the number 7 vibration like to be in control of the information that they consume. So yes, you're at work and everyone is gathered and talking about current events. They're not gonna know what's going on, and chances are they're not gonna care. And if they happen to be gathered in the group that you are in, that might be because they have to be, because maybe someone called a meeting and they just have to be there, or for whatever reason they have to be present. But if it is up to them, you can spot these people because they are going to be off by themselves somewhere doing their own thing. Unless you come off as someone who shares the same interests as them, meaning you don't have to believe what they believe, but if you are someone who is naturally curious about life, then you guys might be able to start building up some kind of a connection or relationship, because these people are naturally curious and appreciate other people who are also curious. So yeah, the way how to spot a person who is strongly associated with the number 7 vibration is by their earthy, minimalistic approach to things. And by them being loners and off to themselves. And another way too is, say you're talking to someone, you happen to be talking to someone who comes off this way, someone who is always by themselves. You know, they're never really interacting with what everyone else is doing. They always seem like they have better things to do or better things to think about. Say if you were to genuinely be interested in something of substance and ask their opinion on it, and then they give their opinion, and you show genuine curiosity to something of substance, people who are strongly associated with the number 7 will light up when it comes to that, because for them to connect with another who is naturally curious about life and things that they believe have substance is a treat. You know, and treats make us light up. We get excited over treats. That's why it's called a treat. So showing that kind of interest with someone with a strong number 7 vibration is going to get them to light up. And again, I'm only focusing on the number 7 vibration by itself. You know, I'm not bringing other numbers in. Like for example, I am born on the 30th. So even though I'm a life path number 7 and I carry the traits of the number 7 vibration, I will also express myself with the number 3 vibration, which is also creative and youthful and colorful and things like that. But in this video, I am only focusing on the number 7 vibration by itself. So yes, when you spot a number 7, you will see them researching or learning something new, just curious about something new. And again, these people will not be the ones that are going to be a part of the pack. They're going to be off by themselves somewhere else. I also feel like a lot of the times, similar to the Uranian energy, which is super unorthodox, the people who are strongly associated with the number 7, like we might be the ones that society call crazy. You know, we might be that weird person off to the corner that everyone whispers about and thinks is so weird. Or we're the ones that, like, you might watch a movie and there's this one crazy person warning everyone about some disaster that's going to come. And because everyone is so consumed in basically, you know, they're so consumed in superficial subjects and what's going on amongst themselves or whatever, they totally disregard the number 7, and boom, that thing happens that the number 7 has been warning everyone about for the longest. So yeah, another way to spot the number 7 is that the number 7 just might seem like that weirdo. And why do they seem like that weirdo? Because they're not engaging in the surface conversations that most people find entertaining. The number 7 have better things to do, even if it's going off into la la land, observing the different thoughts that's going on in their head. If you are enjoying the content that I'm sharing here on YouTube, I have a good feeling that you would also appreciate what I'm sharing over on Instagram. Go and check me out at Soul and Vibration. Just stop by and check out the pick a card reading and different motivational content that I am dropping there daily. I have a good feeling that you might enjoy it. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please be sure to share, like, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.